around $44 million worth of Bitcoin is about to get liquidated, and this is where we need to pay attention for Solana price action today. We're going to be looking at how Solana is going to behave in the more of a shorter term in today's analysis. Now, of course, we have to look at the long term as well, but for those of you who's realized that, that you watched my video just recently, and you've basically seen one candle form and you're sitting there going, gee, I'm really bored and I don't want to make some trades. Well, you know what? It's actually time to zoom in for a change, and we're going to look at what Solana is doing in the shorter term. As you can see, we've already established the fact that Solana is playing in this very, very important level of resistance, which actually dates back to many moons ago, where there has been an indecision back in May, and also another indecision back in May, once again in 2021. Guys, it's very important that this price action gets broken above for us to see a very, very strong move to the upside. Now, the break, it will need to be what we call confirmed, because as you can see, as recently as back in November, we are able to see that there has been what we call a fake out, where the price action does not actually confirm above the region. So as you can see, these are what we call the fake outs here, where we don't actually see a confirmation. Okay, these regions here are not a confirmation, and without these confirmation, we actually cannot be making trades. And of course, even sometimes it does look like it has confirmed, it doesn't actually go as high as we want. So the way we place those trades there to actually minimize losses is actually very, very unique. Okay, there is a way that you can place your trades that you do not lose any money. Yep, that's right, you heard me say it. If you want to find out, I'm going to cover it in the next video, where we talk more about trade placement and strategies where you actually do not lose money. So for example, these areas where you've seen the break above, but it doesn't actually go crazy high, you can actually lock in profits still, so that you do not lose any money. So stay tuned till the next video. I'll be covering that next video, so that you stay. So make sure you guys stay subscribed for the notifications to hit your way. Now, when the price action breaks above, well, that's what we want to see as we break above this very strong level of resistance. So what do we think will happen to it, and what's going to make the price action go above, and will it stay there or not? Well, let's actually have a look right now. What we're going to look at is obviously Bitcoin, because Bitcoin then gives us an indication of whether that's going to happen or not. Right now, Bitcoin is also at a very important level of resistance, both on the trend line that is in, which has been bullish over the many months previously, and then of course we're looking at the critical level of resistance as set by the previous price action as well, back in 2022 February. Now, looking at this price action here, we're actually going to see if it breaks above this level of resistance. Now, we're going to have to see that confirmation come through. Now, right now, it does look like it wants to challenge above that a fair bit, but we want to know if it's going to be a fake out or not. Well, you know what? I feel like there is going to be, look, even right now, on the 30-minute charts, we're actually setting new higher highs at the moment. So at the moment, of course, Bitcoin has been sort of moving sort of up in this sort of channel that we're looking at right now. And look, if you've sort of traded within this channel, sort of on the bottom end, on the long side, you probably locked in a lot of profits with the leverage that you're in. Speaking of locking in profits with leverage, of course, Bitunix is our preferred exchange on this wonderful channel, where we exchange information on trade strategies on Solana. Guys, go check out the link in the description below. I have hooked you guys up with some trade bonuses as well as deposit bonuses, where you get an immediate 20% return on your deposits as well. Of course, terms and conditions apply, but make sure you guys check out this exchange. Liquidity is good. You get super fast, well placed trades in there, so you will not be disappointed by this exchange. So get yourself started. It's well and good you learn all this information, but at the end of the day, you've got to give it a go. Only invest money and the amounts that you can afford to lose. Start off with $100 and go from there. Make sure you get some winnings in there before you start putting in bigger amounts of money. So Bitcoin at the moment is moving out, and if you were to trade in, with little bits of money in there with a bit of leverage, you would have made a lot of gains over the last almost month, where literally it has been an open book test with a trend line, and then bam, every time it hit that trend line, every time you place a long trade, you would have made money, which is great, which are the opportunities that we see in the cryptocurrency futures trading market. Now, based on this, guys, so what are we doing? Is Bitcoin going to crack above this region and go like bunta or not? Well, here's the thing, guys. Bitcoin has been moving very interesting. And looking at the BTC USDT liquidation map, guys, I know, remember now that I got to scroll up. We're looking at a pretty short-term region, looking at the last 12 hours, guys. As you can see, that $44 million worth of Bitcoin is going to be liquidated on the short side, meaning that there's going to be a short squeeze above. Yes, these regions of liquidation have usually acted as a magnet for price action, which means that Bitcoin is going to go up to that level, liquidate all those positions, and it will be magnetized to these price actions below as well to then liquidate the longs too. That's what's happening right now. So I think before it goes and liquidates those, I mean, really don't know which one's going to happen first, but since we're so close to that level of liquidation, it is very, very likely that price action is going to poke above that and bring itself back down to explore these other levels of liquidation as well, because cumulatively there is quite a lot of liquidations to happen on the long side, which means the price action will come back down as well, but it'll probably do that after it explores the price action above first, is the way I view the market at this stage. Now, so that's why at this point in time, price action is likely to crack up that $39,000. Now we're sitting at that $38,000 mark, where the yellow line is where about that $39,000 mark is. So it is likely that price action will poke above that and come and potentially explore the downwards movement in order to be able to liquidate those long positions that we were able to see in the liquidation heat map in these two regions. First of all, at $38,000, and second of all at $37,900. Now, based on that, how will Solana move? Well, it is likely that Solana will maybe do yet another fake out. So it is very, very important that for all of you traders of Solana out there, that you pay attention to the price action and confirmation before you place your trades, and add upon that a strategy which I'll reveal in the next video. So stay tuned and stay subscribed, guys. Really, really important to also note that right now we're looking at, let's draw a Fibonacci retracement. Okay, from here, Fibonacci retracement from the maximum to the beginning of where all this saga has begun. Obviously, we are at a very, very important level of support, okay, at 0.786. We're bouncing off of that. The next high, okay, right now, what's effectively happening also is that we're actually drawing out a flag at the moment. So usually once the flag is complete, then the length of the flagpole is probably the next price action increase, which will then test up to exactly that level of high there. So that'll be the next price target right there, which is sitting at $68 for Solana in the near term, guys. So let's actually have a look at whether this support region here holds at 0.786. If that breaking, the next level of support that we're going to be looking at is the region at $54, and more importantly at 0.618, which we've established in previous videos as a very, very strong level of support. If that were to break, that we'll be looking at a short trade further down towards a 0.5 or more significantly at 0.386. So we'll be looking out for those confirmations there. So that being said, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check back in for the next video where I talk about a trade strategy that is going to secure your profits. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell if you haven't done so. And of course, we'll see you next time. Is there an end screen? That's better. Boom. Is it not playing? Okay. Anyway, that's the end. So we'll see you next time. Peace out. Later.